the Not So Bad Bachelor Pad, your favorite podcast for learning how to balance between being a functional adult and a raging dumpster fire. And let's be honest, we've all been a little bit of a dumpster fire. Joining us inside the Bachelor Pad this week for a segment that we're bringing back is a great friend of mine that it took a couple shots of tequila and a little bit of raunchy conversation, and we just kind of clicked.
Absolutely.
Shows some warm Bachelor and Bachelorette love to Liv.
Hello, I'm Liv. Nice to meet everyone.
Now, you're like, what? Couple shots of tequila? If you are a true fan, you know tequila is my longest relationship besides my hair. And she treats me well. But I think it was a month ago. Yeah, we're at a bar.
Sunday night.
It was a Sunday fun day for me. Until it hits midnight, I'm going hard on my Sunday fun day.
I don't work Mondays.
I still work Mondays,
Well.
and I'll keep drinking. Yeah. Is that a problem?
No,
If
I don't think so. I don't
Right.
think so. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
I think after the second shot, what did we talk about? I don't know. But it was enough to be like,
It was enough to hit deep.
100%. I was like,
Absolutely.
we're best friends. I love you. We're going to do this.
Yes, you invited me and I was happy to be here.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
sure.
Listen, the pod is the third most favorite thing I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sleeping and eating are the other two. But I love talking about relationships.
Yeah.
How amazing they are, how shit they are, the crazy dates and messages that we get in between.
For sure. Or
I don't know about you, but I've definitely been on some doozies.
oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I was single for pretty much my whole life. So it was a long slew of, and I love doing things for the plot, doing things for the lore,
Sure.
doing things that I just think will be interesting, experiences. So I don't take things too seriously and I love a good story. So good thing I do, because definitely had a lot of weird date encounters.
I mean,
But
think about it. If your life is a story and every chapter was the same, I don't think we would make it past chapter 2.
I know some people like that for sure.
Well, this segment that we're doing today, guys, is really near and dear to my heart because I retire it because if you guys remember, our dear friend Los was my co-host for it, and he passed away like after we did 2 episodes. And so I was like, I don't think I want to do it again. But I felt like it was a fun segment for me. I know he enjoyed it. I know he wouldn't want to me to drop it. So
Yeah.
we're bringing back Couldn't Be Me. And if you guys are new to the channel and you don't know what that is, today we're going to go over some scenarios where there's no way in hell I could ever be caught doing this, or nah, sometimes I do that.
Yeah.
In true dumpster fire fashion, sometimes we're a little messy.
Absolutely.
Shit is just, there's no way.
Yeah, you have to have your bound. You have to know yourself and know your boundaries. Yeah, know when to push it. So
But I think this is going to be fun. I'm going to have fun. I think you're going to have fun.
I'm ready.
If you don't have fun, lie to me and tell me you did, giving me a thumbs up or sharing this episode with your friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me some scenarios.
We have a few.
Okay.
Some of these are personal for you. Some of these.
Oh,
Did I do a little bit of research? Did I do some investigative work?
I'm scared.
Be scared. Just think of this as like a warm hug.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
it's safe. You're safe here.
Yes, you're right. You're right. I'm safe.
Alrighty. You finally get down and dirty with somebody, and mid make out, they whip out a ball gag dildo.
Why is this story haunted me my whole life?
Couldn't be me, or is that just a bold icebreaker?
It's very bold.
So before we get too far into the scenario, guys, I think Liv has a little story she needs to share.
I do, I guess. I don't even know how you found out about that. But yes, so, I feel like it's a balance when you are on a date, getting to know someone. For every person, those types of sexual compatibilities is very different. And I think that there was a bit of a miscommunication that may have happened where he thought we were more on the same page than we were. But we were having a date. The date was already really bad, honestly, to begin with.
Yeah.
He took me to a barcade for a first date. I mean, not necessarily. My thing about that is I got there and he was playing pinball and he was too into the game to say hi to me or greet me. He's like, 1 minute, when we finished my pinball game. And I was like, that's really weird, but okay. I feel like I want to just get to know you. I don't want to be playing
Right.
pinball. Like, what is that? Those are two very different things.
We don't want too many distractions.
Exactly.
No,
So I was already like, I don't really know how matched up we are, but we're chatting. And then he asks me like how kinky I am, which, I mean, that's kind of a bold question.
Date number one.
Date and like moment one, we're not like we're like super vibing or anything, but he was an attractive guy for sure. And I'm a weak woman. So I was like, whatever,
Right.
like depends on the situation, depends on the vibe. So left it at that, moved on. He did invite me back to his apartment. I did say yes. It was a very nice apartment, and go up to his, spot, and, we're like making out. And then out of nowhere, he was like, he's like, go into my drawer and pull out my ball gag dildo. And I was like, very stunned. I was like, what the fuck? And I kind of like reach over, very scared, open it up to like a treasure chest of toys and whips and cuffs and shit I've never seen before in my life, which he had said he wanted to eat me out, and like eating someone out and a ball gag dildo are not the same thing. Not the same thing at all. Actually, completely different.
100%.
Very different things.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, why don't I just like close the drawer? Why don't we just like do it the old fashioned way, old regular?
Yeah.
And he never ate me out, actually, which was upsetting.
Did he give you like an IOU coupon or something?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we had some disappointing sex, and then I told him that I wasn't interested, and then he like continued to hit me up for a very long time until I blocked him. But the sex appeal of a ball gag dildo is a very like femdom thing. Like it would be very much like the man is gagged with a penis sticking out of his mouth, and then you're like riding it, I guess.
Or I was like, maybe that's what he meant by like eat you out is literally face fuck you.
Like that, like what is that? Like you're like chicken necking my pussy. Like I just do not understand the appeal to that. That is like not super sexy to me.
So I think a couple of minutes ago you said you do it for the plot. So if anything, for science,
the plot has been enriched by that experience.
Right. I was like, but we don't know how it functionally works.
I still don't know.
So
The mystery is still unsolved. Maybe round 2, I would do it. Now that I'm more accustomed to the concept.
It's funny you say that because I actually have something in my bag. Guess I'm joking. I don't have a ball gag dildo. But if I would have whipped that out,
would make you put it on, of course. Make you show the class that you think it works.
I love you guys. I love the content. I don't know if I'm strapping a ball gag dildo. Like maybe like I could see the two things separately being enjoyable or a thing, but
for sure
together.
It's just so bold.
Yeah.
And at no point, like even just even if I said, oh yeah, I'm kinky, that's still like, which I didn't really say that that's not honestly even like that particular is not something I'm super into, but it's like, there's so many assumptions made, like so many assumptions. And that's so annoying. Like when someone just assumes that they know you and then puts you in a very uncomfortable situation.
Yeah. Because it's like, there's nothing wrong with putting people in boxes, but that's a very big and fuzzy box. Not even fuzzy. That's a big and like pointed box.
All quite the opposite. Yeah, very pointed, very pointed. Yeah. So you live and learn, and God bless him on his way for sure. I hope he finds his femdom princess for sure.
But luckily, you've never run into him again. Yeah, you've never seen him again.
Oh my God, you did do investigating, and then I saw him at a bar that shall not be named, and I was like so stunned to see him out in the world. I really never thought I would see him again. So then to actually see him out in the world was very shocking.
You like definitely tried to see hot like.
Yeah, for sure. And then we were sitting like not even far from each other, and I was just like desperately trying to not accidentally make eye contact.
You looked at the wall so hard.
So hard. Just unbreakable contact. So wow, you really dug around. Do you think that that's a very funny story?
I think so.
Sure.
I mean, if you think so, I would definitely. Okay, so.
What about you? What would you do in that situation?
Oh, for science, I'm definitely like participating.
Seeing what it's all about.
100%.
Yeah.
Because now that the story's out there, I mean, I know you guys are freaky freaks and you definitely like Googled ball gag dildo.
Yeah. Get up, see what the tea is.
So we've all seen them now.
Yeah, now we've all seen them.
We don't know how they work.
I have not seen a video. I have not
if you will.
A tutorial in action. I just don't really like face sitting in general. It doesn't do anything for the woman. Does nothing.
So in my
It's
head,
a femdom thing, which is fine.
in my head, I don't even think face sitting. Like
You think more the chicken neck.
yeah, because like face sitting, because I'm
That's a lot of work.
because
for
I'm
a
actually
woman.
being gagged. I feel like
That's like dangerous.
yeah, that's dangerous.
Break it too.
Well, if the gag like actually like goes behind you.
But like, I think that's just a lot of like physical work. Like,
If he's strong enough, maybe he like lifts you up and like.
There's not that strong.
I don't-
No, you gotta be real strong.
See,
You gotta be real strong for that one.
Okay, so when I really started being out in the streets, I was like, sex takes a lot of energy, and that should.
Yeah. That's like that's the only reason my men work out sometimes.
So that is actually the reason I started like lifting like, hardcore. I was like, hey, yo, like that's the shape. That's not
hard.
cute. Okay.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It really is.
So it's like we're doing push-ups. We started doing planks.
Exactly.
We worked the
Core.
abductors. We worked the core. Make sure the biceps
Yeah.
and the quads, because all the positions you rotate through,
It's physical.
it's very physical.
And I hate to say it's on y'all most of the time.
And at the time, I was dating this girl. Like, she was a little shorter than I am, but she was still kind of tall.
Yeah.
And she was like, I've never been with a guy who's able to pick me up before. So I was like,
Fuck.
and I was like,
The
okay.
equation.
I started working out with my bodybuilder friends.
Oh my God.
I was like, we were doing squats. We're doing squats. We're doing wall sits. He was like,
Yeah.
it's just not arm strength. Like, you have to be
It's
able to like
a lot.
maintain it. And I was like, oh shit.
I dated a personal trainer for a minute.
How was that?
It was great. It was great. Threw me around. Yeah.
I was like, he
It
definitely
was
trained
no
you.
problem. Exactly. I was like, oh shit, big difference.
If you're watching, or if you're not, if you're listening, you are already following me on Instagram. DM me, A, would you buy a ball gag dildo? B,
Yes.
would you let somebody use it on you? Or would you use it on somebody? C, what's the boldest first date ask that you've had with like a partner? Because
Yeah.
not even, do you want to try something from my pleasure chest? Go grab.
Go get that shit. Get it.
Wild work, yeah.
Yeah. Are we sharing more weird first date
Through the rabbit hole.
stories?
So I love this show because it's truly
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Like, you go down the rabbit hole and I don't even know where we're going to end up.
Okay, yeah.
So let's
Well, another weird one was this guy who very much like just very like attracted to him, even though he was not like the most attractive guy. Just something about him, very like carnal attraction. He invites me over to his house. He's like a super weird, like art den type of house in like South Nashville. And I get to his house and he has like 3 stripper poles in his living room for himself.
like, are they set up in a straight line?
Yeah.
Like a triangle?
1, 2, and 3. And like lots of like glitter and like streamers around, very like party den vibes. We go to his room and the first thing I see was his canopy bed that has a full professional camera and lighting setup
What
on
a guy.
his canopy. And I then find out he like obviously does porn and like OnlyFans, sex work, just fine. But I was like, I'm not sitting on your bed until you like literally take all that shit down
Yeah.
because I don't know you. And then he was a furry also. So he had
Listen,
like, I mean, and I'm not a furry. I didn't know he was a furry. But he had like his fursona hat, which was a lion, and lots of like Lion King and My Little Pony things, actual My Little Pony things, a My Little Pony sex body pillow on his bed, and a lot of like fantasy dildos,
Yeah.
fantasy cock dildos, and
That
the
was a
big
strap.
bisexual flag on top of his bed. And yeah, very wild. You know, just I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And then the sex was very normal, actually, which was wild.
being kinky doesn't always mean of interest.
Yeah. And I think that he was respectful of me. And like, he's like, oh, these are the things that I mean, it was his whole house was
Mhm.
like a sex
Yeah.
party den. Like, I mean, you invite someone over to your house, you're like, this is who I am. No hiding it, you know?
I love the amount of surprises you get on like these first dates.
I think I just
I
invite the chaos.
definitely till date number like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
to let the freak out.
But see, a lot of people, like, it's just who they are so naturally. It was his house. Like, it was in his bathroom. It was like his living room. Like, it was just so integrated into, I mean, it's his profession, you know? So it's like fully integrated into his life. So me going to his house was like me stepping into that world.
I might have got a hotel. I was like, you know what? Full sweat swing, sex swing.
I love that.
Stripper poles, like or I don't even know if we would have sex. I would be like putting on a show for the whole night. And
I never got to see him dance in the stripper pole, you know. That would have been good for me. For sure.
I might have let the lights stay if you put on a little show for me.
Yes. Yeah. If I got a cut, if I got some of the commission.
Let's talk about splits.
Right, exactly. Run me my cut.
And now that's how you're in the industry. You now have an acting credit.
My IMDb.
Yes.
Illustrious career for sure.
Scenario 2. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna go on like a little arc. I think there's a lot to you. So this is technically only the second time we've hung out. So as much as you guys are learning about her too. So I'm gonna ask questions that I would ask to get to know somebody.
Sure.
This one is crazy. So I'm gonna rephrase it. Okay. So we talked about the kinkiest that we've ever been.
Okay.
But I'm a firm believer that we all start off a little vanilla.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So what was your first time like? Like for me, so a lot of people, we've talked a lot about porn this season, and a lot of people watch a lot of porn and they try to recreate that. And I was like, that wasn't my experience. And I don't think that's super authentic. Like the first time I ever hooked up with somebody, it was pretty plain Jane, definitely awkward. So
that's normal. That's very normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no shame. Like truly everyone does have to start somewhere.
I did 90s rom-com, not quite 70s porn stash or like modern day step-bro weird person gets stuck in a laundry type situation.
Yes.
What was that like for you? Like what was your first time like?
God, it was strange, of course. Okay, so I met this guy on Omegle.
I was like, we dated ourselves here. Like, if you guys remember Omegle.
Other version of chat roulette. Yes. But if you don't know, it was a randomized video chat matching website. And that's what it was. And it was like really weird, fun, raunchy, bizarre shit. But they did have a feature where you could type in an interest and then be matched with someone else. So I typed in Modest Mouse, my favorite band. Immediately got matched with this boy who was very cute. We start talking. We're really getting along, like really into each other. And I was going to see Modest Mouse that weekend at Forecastle in Louisville. And I was 18. I was very much a late bloomer also. I had my first kiss when I was 18. And I didn't date anyone in high school. Like I was so not...
You had too many suitors. I get it. Options are tough.
Oh my God.
You're like, I don't know who to sift through.
I wish. Well, going to NSA, it was just not a lot of straight men, not a lot of eligible bachelors.
Like you said NSA, and I immediately thought national security.
Yeah, that's where I went to high school. No, but I was like, you should come to the show. And he's like, I live in Ohio. Like, I can't just go to the show. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. That'd be crazy. But he had coordinated with my friend, actually, found her on Instagram, coordinated with her, drove 9 hours and bought a day pass to see Modest Mouse with me, and we were front row. And then we went to a church parking lot and had sex to This Is All Yours by Alt J. And that's how I lost my virginity to a guy I met on Omegle because of Modest Mouse. So I guess we just always started in the more unusual realm. But then we dated for 6 months after that.
I love how Mother Nature couldn't even keep it in. Literally dying out there. I don't think I've ever matched with anybody on Omegle who's relatively close to me. So I was I think they're either in other countries or cross country. So the fact.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't that close to me. He's 9 hours away.
That's a weekend trip.
I mean, well, in the Midwest, that's a day trip.
Yeah.
So
as an Ohio boy,
Yeah.
I was top to bottom, the state's 4 hours. So
exactly.
I was like, yeah, we do that in the days.
Yeah.
9 hours, easy.
The next time we met up, he like met me in California. The second time we had sex was on a mountaintop outside under the stars.
Wow.
And then the third time was in my friend's grandma's bed.
Just kind of writing yourself.
I'm not even in like really an exhibitionist or anything like that. Like, I think that it was just, you're 18 and you don't really care.
I think you're a liar. I think I suppose.
Am I discovering things about myself that I
was like,
didn't realize?
I was like, if we had a show of hands of how many people here have ever had sex in a church parking lot. Can I get a raise of hands like church parking lot?
On church parking lot.
Church parking lot?
The T is
camera?
Church parking lots. When there's no church, there's no one there. I mean, except, well, there's someone there. Other than that,
what is Monday night Bible study let out?
I mean, I guess
you were climax.
I guess, that is what it is.
Yeah.
We used to always like smoke in church parking lots in high school though. Like
there was so many, like we would always go to Home Depot. There was like a Home Depot not too far away. So it was either like Home Depot or like the YMCA.
See, but that's like all hours, there's always someone there. Church parking lot. You could learn a thing or two from me.
This thing we're gonna do, guys. Are you guys gonna start smashing in church parking lots?
I mean, like I said.
Was it a cozy car, big car?
It was a cozy car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was extremely
It definitely didn't leave room for Jesus. So.
No, definitely not.
Honestly, outdoor, I'm not mad at. I've never done it on top of a mountain, but I've done it in a lavender field.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back home, we had like a little nature preserve, and that was my go-to.
The Ohio lavender field?
I don't know if it was the state field, but it could have been. I don't know.
That's amazing.
I'm gonna like put you guys up on game. If you live in an area that has great nature, you have to use that as a local flex. So we had this nature preserve back home in Cincinnati, and they also did animal rehabilitation, like birds. So I got really cool with rehab guys, and I like exchanged numbers. So if I knew I had a date coming up, I was like, "Are there any injured birds or any birds where like learning to fly again?"
You reused this move quite a few times.
Maybe like 1 or 35.
You knew it worked.
I actually, not really. From the time I started dating to the time I left for university, it was probably like 2.5 years. So it's not that much time that I was doing this. Right. And I didn't date that many people. I might have dated like maybe, we'll call it 3.5 in that period. Did I use it all 3.5 times? One person, I don't know if
what does it have?
we would say that we were dating each other.
Yeah.
So I was like, did we just like go there to hook up? Maybe. The other ones were like actually date. Yeah. But I was like, we'd walk around the park.
Bird rehab to true love pipeline.
I think they let me like put the glove on and like call the bird. If I summon a falcon.
That's a move. Oh my God. That's a move.
And then like I was like,
falconer.
I was like, do you want to feed it?
The dead rat?
Yeah. No, these are
live rat.
It wasn't a rat.
No, it wasn't a rat.
Sometimes they just have like dried like little meat, like other smaller things that like you could hold in your.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
And I was like, do you want to feed it? It's like, it won't bite. Actually, it might bite you, but it won't. Like, I'm not going to tell you.
Not like
I was like, it's still a wild animal.
You gotta keep some of the danger alive.
So like afterwards, one night, it was like sunset. Nobody's really taking their kids on a walk after dark. People aren't really running this route. So we're just talking, and then
one thing led to another. And then
lavender field.
Man, yeah.
I mean, mountaintop. Like, did you go on a hike and you're like, instead of a water break, just a quickie?
Pretty much. No, I mean, I knew it was a spot. So I was like, yeah, I'll show you a spot.
My spot?
Yeah, my spot. The other time that it happened was, it has happened twice.
She was like, I don't do the Mile High Club, but I'll definitely like, let's name this. What like mountaining? What is that a thing? Mountaining? I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah. As long as there's room to,
nice, tight, cramped is always good too.
Sardines, I bet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess the better question for you would have been, what's the most vanilla place you've ever done it?
I mean, what's funny, I guess the reason I don't think of myself that way is because, like, I'm really not a very kinky person. I'm really not.
We talked about this, not kinky, but adventurous.
A self-discovery thing. I've had some good conversations about this with some of my female friends because there's a lot of pressure as a woman to be kinky. There's a lot of pressure to let men treat you very bad in the bedroom. And you don't want to be vanilla because that means you're boring and that means you're bad. I like struggled a lot with that in my early 20s. And now I'm very clear about like what I like and don't like and what I will and not allow. And I think that a lot of men are very like unethical doms.
Yeah.
And I actually really believe at this point that like if you don't identify fully as like a feminist, like you can't be a dom. Because what do you mean like you don't actively believe in like women's rights and empowerments, and then you want to like spit on my face and like choke me? Like you're just a predator. You know what I mean? And so I feel like it's very much a practice for a lot of women that I know of like really getting clear with yourself about like what you actually like and what you don't like. And I feel like it is trial and error, unfortunately.
100%. And especially because we're not taught pleasure or anything really in sex health. It's just kind of abstinence and disease prevention.
Right.
And that's the extent of it. But you're right. Like consent is crazy. Like I think in like year 3 of university, and then I realized I was a shit person. Yeah. Because guys aren't taught consent before. Right. So you're like, even though I don't have the intention of like hurting somebody or like making them feel uncomfortable. Easiest example, when you're in the club and you just like go up and try to dance with a girl. Wild work if you like look at it from the outside. Right. You're like, ooh, I like that. I'm just going to go caress and hump it. Right. And I was like, very normalized. Yeah. That's like some nature, like animal planet. Right. For sure. But then it's like, oh, it's awkward. Yeah. It's so awkward to be like, can I dance with you? But it's 100%. Like, if they're into you, they're going to be like, fuck yeah. Yeah. And then it's amazing. We're also not taught emotional regulation. Oh, that's so you don't know how to talk, and then like you get rejected and you're like, fear of rejection. Yeah. And like take you out. And then like young guys lash out. Yeah. What do you, I was like, I didn't even like you anyway. I was like, then why did you try to dance with me? Yeah. Super weird. Definitely like not haven't experienced that a whole lot of many times, but definitely like had a guy, like I remember one time just come up to me and like grab my tits in the club. And so I like slapped him in the face really hard. And then his friends, this was in Spain, also Spanish men. Europe is wild. Very misogynistic. And they were like, trying to like reason with me, like, oh no, he just like thought you were hot. I was like, I know. Oh wait, he thought I was hot. Yeah, then have at it. I was like, fuck no, like what the hell? Yeah. No, I had a similar story with my friend. We were dancing in Italy, and this guy, which was weird because we were probably like 17 at the time. Yeah. This guy was definitely in like his late 30s, early 40s. Oh my God. He was like trying to, and I was like, oh hell no. You're old enough to be her dad. Don't you have a daughter or something? He's like, you want to go upstairs? And I was like, no. I was like, I've never used the term genuinely. I need an adult, but literally, I needed an adult. Like that was actually wild. Not okay. Yeah. Like, you're super old. 100%. Like super creepy. It's crazy because when you're young, you think it's like the weirdest thing ever. And then like you get older and you're like, I'm still youthful. And I was like, no, I know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We're all the same. Yeah. I'm just like you kids. Yeah. No. Not even you, because I'm just like you. And I was like, sir, I'm still doing algebra. Like, yeah, we're not the same. I was like, what is a tax? I don't know yet. Yeah, no. Yeah. Those European clubs. So fun. Though. I know. Yeah. Super fun. Where have you been through Europe? Well, I studied abroad in Granada for 6 months, my sophomore year of college. And then I thought I wanted to be a Montessori school teacher. After I graduated, I moved back to Spain to teach English, but I was in the Canary Islands. Okay. So I lived there for a semester. So I spent a lot of time in Spain. I was just in Spain in May for 3 weeks with my sister. But really, other than that, I mean, not very much. I've been to Ireland a couple times. That's like where I want to get married at. Yeah, so beautiful. We bopped over to Morocco when I was living in Spain, which is a really cool place to go. Yeah. Really just Spain a lot. Like, really thin for a shift in Spain. They might as well have given you dual citizenship. I know, really. Yeah. Really. I love it. It's such a weird country, but I do have a lot of love for it. I love the idea of a siesta. No, I mean, the thing about it is they just like, and I love siesta, but it's just so funny how different Spanish and U.S. culture is. Like, they're just very like, they're like, yeah, we're closed in the middle of the day. Like the town that I lived in, their siesta was from 4 to 8 p.m.
It was a restaurant. Said I got off of work at 4 p.m. So I went there only once because like that, like a siesta is supposed to be like maybe an hour from like 2 to 3, but some places they just take advantage of it. And then if you need something like, and it's 2 p.m., you like look around and it's a ghost town. Like every restaurant's closed, every bar is.
You need to plan ahead.
You do, yeah. They're like, I'm tired. They're like, what do you not understand? Like, I'm not open.
I was like, I've had a long day. I've been working for about 3.5 hours, okay?
And I'm like, I'm tired. Like, I need a freaking coffee.
I need my coffee. I need my Red Bull, yeah. It's lunchtime.
So it's interesting. It's like, yeah, I do love that part of the culture, but then sometimes we're just so used to like having complete instant gratification for everything. And they are just like, screw you.
Well, if you think about it, like we close early though, and like in most places, they're open a lot later.
And yeah, it depends. They definitely like the clubs do not get started until 2 a.m.
Right.
That is real. And they close at 6. Mm-hmm. So that's like the prime time, 2 to 6.
Where the magic.
It's so wild though. Like the fact that Broadway is like completely shut down by 2.
My genius idea, I was like, we need to have more like after hours or like into the morning things.
Right.
I was like, I want to start a restaurant that doesn't open until 10 p.m.
Okay.
And then we like coast until like do 10 to 10. You can do like maybe like a super late dinner, your afters. Right. Takeaway, and then maybe like a breakfast brunch in the morning.
Yeah.
I was like, we would do so much business. We would kill. Yeah. Nothing's open.
Yeah, you corner the market.
Yeah.
Take down the Waffle House empire where they stand.
Denny's.
What if Waffle House served alcohol?
Many people are there. Like there are crazy amount of fights inside a Waffle House. So you want to throw liquor on top of it. I love it.
Yes, I know. See, that's what we need to do. We need to start our own independent franchise.
Take this idea if you're listening or watching, because we've already talked to our legal team.
Yes.
Hold on, wait, let me get my sophisticated push.
It already is the word.
Already talked to our legal team, and this is in the works. There are trademarks.
Trademarks you couldn't even imagine.
So unless you're ready for a lawsuit, buddy.
My dad's a lawyer, so
he went to Yale.
Yeah, so don't come for us.
Mm-hmm. Or like Phoenix Online College. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, you know, thing.
So we've been kinky. We've been a little vanilla in game. Like, do we believe in love? Well, that's the thing. Not everybody knows. Even Cher couldn't figure it out. She was like, do you believe in love after love?
You know, life after love.
Yeah.
You asked me what I think about love. I think that, there's this really incredible psychologist named Barbara Fredrickson, and she wrote this really cool book called Love 2.0. Definitely recommend it. She compiled a lot of really interesting physiological studies on what love is. Mm-hmm. And her theory and perspective that she proposes is that love is an emotion that is triggered by stimuli that can be experienced at any time given the right circumstances. Mm-hmm. And that the people that we have the most love connection and love moments with are the people that we're closest to. But that actually you can experience love with anyone just given the right circumstances. I can't remember exactly what they are, but it was like feeling safe, feeling secure with someone, and also being physically with them at that moment. And that, like, her theory is that you can't really experience love as an emotion unless you're with that person that you love, which is very controversial because she believes that there's only one type of love. So like, there's no like friendship love, romantic love, family love, that it's just one emotion that is universally experienced. And then you can experience love, a love moment. You can experience the emotion of love with someone you just met. And I think that's true.
That's so true.
And you can also be with someone and go very long periods of time without experiencing that love emotion. People that, you know, family, your partner. Right. So I do think that that's very true. And I think that kind of thinking about it in that way really helped me reframe how I approach relationships. Instead of having like these strict timelines and rules and like, you know, you can't love someone unless this, that, and the other. And that's why it's so complicated, because love does not make a relationship.
Right.
Those are two very different things. Mm-hmm. A relationship is so much more than love.
Right.
It's logistics.
Yeah.
How do two people's lives fit together? Love is not enough to just sustain our relationships.
Unless it's a spring fling.
Unless it's a spring fling. In that case, that is the whole thing.
I think that's a really great philosophy, because it kind of goes against the whole like Greco breakdown of that we know here in modern day of like brotherly love, familial love,
Right.
romantic love, platonic love.
Right. Right.
And that's such a crazy thing. I think they're all right in phases because I think you do need a stimuli to trigger love.
Yeah.
I think you can fall in love or experience love with the person that you meet immediately. And it doesn't have to be a long drawn out moment. It could be a quick burst of it.
Exactly.
It can be a true.
When they hook people up to the sensors and the scanners, that's what they see on a physiological.
I mean, and also like, that's also how you explain the phenomenon of love at first sight. It's literally that moment.
It is.
You like fall in love. Or
yes.
You get the rush.
Yes, absolutely.
I love that. But like you said, love is an emotion. Love is a moment. But can you draw that out?
Exactly.
And because like you said, there is a difference between love and a relationship.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you can have a relationship with no love.
This
tea. And if you confuse all these other things as love by acts of service, the family, house and everything, all the elements that you're going through your life as love, but you're not actually experiencing that emotion. It's an emotion like sadness, anger, like guilt, joy, love, going a long period of time without experiencing that. You're just two people coexisting.
right.
And so then it's so easy to like, if you don't think of it as an emotion and you think of it as all that other bullshit, you can go a very long time in a loveless situation because you're not identifying what is actually love and what isn't.
Because sometimes we think like sacrifice is love. And you're right. When you're in a committed relationship or a long-term relationship, you think doing all these things is love. And love and being in love, like loving something and being in love are two completely different things as well. Because when you are in love with somebody,
it's a rapid fire of that emotion. You're feeling that emotion all the time.
It's a series of events. Not a snapshot, whereas like love in itself as an emotion is a snapshot.
Exactly. Super interesting. And then like sex is a feeling. And so it's like family. And when you think about it that way, it just really opened my mind to shit of like why shit gets so complicated. And like love without sexual feeling, like that is like family. But then sometimes, shit's weird. Like that sometimes can be, those wires get crossed, so it's like, but to think that's your family, like you're supposed to have a different type of love for them. That's your friend, or like some partners are like very possessive and they're like, you can't have your friends, you can only have me. And if you, especially it's like, oh, I'm a woman, you can't have a guy friend, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you're totally misunderstanding like how people compartmentalize their emotions and control themselves and like, or don't, but yeah.
I mean, that also stems from a lot of other psychological insecurities.
Yeah.
Which we've addressed in the past and we'll probably address in the future as well.
Yeah, I do. In that context, though.
You do believe in love. It's a moment. Sometimes it's a series of moments. It's not just actions. Are you currently in love? Tell me about that. Is this like your first time in love? Would you say this is your first time actually being in love?
No.
Not but actually like being in love with someone.
I had someone that I was dating that I was definitely very in love with, but I've had love in different ways. But this is definitely, like I said, love does not make a relationship. And those kind of traditional constructs of a relationship, I think are traditional for a reason because they allow love to blossom in that garden. And being in a, serious, like monogamous relationship is so different. Having that container of trust allows me to love so much deeper and to feel so much more safe. And it's his first serious relationship as well. So we're both kind of like figuring it out together, which is nice. Yeah, we've been dating for about 8 months now, and it's been a really wild 8 months for sure. We've had some crazy things happen as his mom actually passed away, like right when we started dating, which was intense.
Super big doozy.
And I was like, okay, either I like show up and step up for this person or the relationship is over. Because if I'm not there for him right now, like we don't have a future. So
this is probably one of the hardest things that you'll ever go through.
It was
understandable. Like
2.5 months.
Like also, like I said, if I can't handle this now, how am I going to handle it?
Exactly. It's going to fall apart. So I definitely was able to step up and be there for him, and he's been there for me. But yeah, I mean, it's just really interesting how, because it's my first serious relationship at 28, it's like I've done the situationship and I've done all these other weird types of relationships. And there is something about the just kind of like traditional format of things that I think is not for everyone. And it's personal to everyone how they do it. But I think it's tried and true for a reason. I do think that that container allows people to like feel safe and step into that. So it's been great. It's been really special.
You've experienced it. Have you said it?
God, yeah. Yeah, we said it at a Preds game. The Preds. You know why they're called the Preds, right?
Predators.
You know why they're called the Predators, right?
Well, because we're in the South and all these men are weird.
Do you know the real reason?
No.
Oh, the real reason is because when they were excavating under Bridgestone to build it, they
actually found a saber tooth?
They found a petrified saber-toothed tiger underneath. And they were like, yo, this is us.
So why not the sabers?
Oh my God.
The tooths.
Well, because... I was going to say because he was a child molester. That's funny. I don't know if that's funny or not, but to me it is.
We got an interesting question from like one of our audience members. We believe in love. It's a moment. It's a series of moments.
Yeah.
Some people wait a lifetime for it.
Yeah, for a moment like this.
She caught it. But what about love bombing? Because that's a thing that we're starting to talk about a lot more. Love bombing couldn't be me. I could never.
Not be me. Could never be me. The way that I'm so the opposite of that is so crazy. I'm an extremely loving person. I'm a lover girl for sure. But like the way that these men love bombing us women.
Why are we bringing a whole gender into that?
Tell me how many times you've been love bombed.
Actually,
can you count them? Because I cannot count the amount of time.
I don't I don't date a lot. Like normally when I'm in a situation,
my God.
You know what it is.
Women do not love bomb the way men do, and I don't think that they mean to do it. A lot of times, that's the issue is that they genuinely think that they feel that way and they project. So how do I feel about it? I feel like the issue is that people, in my experience, men towards me, think that they have an idea of who I am. They make up things about me that I'm this perfect person.
She's a kinky woman who's gonna love a ball gag dildo.
Literally. But like, just because of some of my interests or things like that, like they'll think that I'm this perfect person. And then when you're not, it's this huge disappointment. But I just don't even understand why I had to get there. Like, why did we have to go there? Why did you have to like, just saying to someone like, oh, I think you're perfect. You're made for me. You're made in a simulation for me. Like, you know what I mean? Or just saying I love you when you first meet them is like, just what could possess you or will you to say that when like we literally don't fucking know each other?
I think I've been with somebody over a year and never said I love you. Or I'll do like the abbreviation, like love you, like
love you.
Well,
and then it's just like the last situation I was in. He said I love you to me. I had no plans of saying it. Said to me like 3 times and then ghosted me and never talked to me again. I'm like, okay.
It's tough.
After
like,
a year and a half of on and off.
If you love me, why are we Ross and Rachel? But that's also tough. Like, if you tell somebody you love them and then they don't say it back, like, what do you do? Like, do you stay there?
I mean, I didn't say it at first because it was so caught me off guard, but then I did say it back.
Okay.
And when he said it like the second time. And then I was like, oh my God, like, are we in love? But then now he never talked to me again. You know, I just don't know why you would say that. Like, that's the thing I understand with love bombing. It's like it just feels so unfounded to me. Like this unfounded desire to stamp yourself onto this person or to be like, feel like it's a projection issue. I think at the root of it, it's like projecting something onto someone.
And this is like the hardest thing too. Fellas, let me know if you agree with me or if you think I'm just blowing this out of my ass. Men fall in love like a light switch. We're on or we're off. Like we are in love with you or we're not. And I think that's why that happens because there's no gradient. There's no in between. So
why? I'm so curious. Like,
I think that's just one of those like genetic things. Why, when we hear a sound, do we get ready to attack it instead of like finding a place to hide?
But it's not love. It's like, especially if it's in an online, I think that there's different types of love bombing, but there's like the type where it's like, you know, like me and my boyfriend met on Hinge. So it's like, we were talking about like dating apps and it's like just these people who will be like, I think that they think that that's what we want to hear. Yeah. There's some like breakdown of like, oh my God, you're so hot. You're so sexy. You're perfect. Like, I want to marry you. Like right off the bat.
Oh, yeah. I could say that whole first part and not get to the second
Not
part.
that I want to marry you. Why does it always have to go there? Why does it have to go to I want to marry you? I feel awkward. I'm like, oh, well, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I
was like, I don't want to marry you.
Really don't feel the same way. Like, I just don't even know you. Like,
no. I feel like I would say I'd put a baby in you before I say I'd marry you. Which is still, they're both wild statements. We're not discounting that. Like, they're both wild statements.
Sure.
Like, look at me. I'm dumpster fire, unhinged.
Yeah.
But I feel like, but even like, it's just like a figurative, like, I'm not actually going to put a baby in you. But
I know what you mean. There's something about the marriage part that just feels very too far.
Are they both lifetime commitments?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
But actually, I don't know why I would say either.
That's the thing. I'm like, I just don't know where it comes from. Like, just because I think for me as a woman, you always have to keep your cards very close to your chest, and you cannot come onto a man that strong.
Yeah.
Because if you do, they're just gonna, you know what I mean? They're gonna be like, whisk you off to their bedroom. You always have to be more guarded. You can't be like, even if you think, oh, that person's so hot, they're so amazing. Like, you have to be very careful about how you say it, because you're really putting yourself out there.
I don't think the bedroom means everything to us. I think there are other things. I can be physically vulnerable way easier, and I'll be more reckless with my body than I will with my heart. So I was like, but I feel like it's the opposite for women. You can fall in love 1,000 times, or, you know,
I mean, not for me, obviously, but I think for some people, that's definitely true.
Right. It's like,
I think that goes with that love bombing thing. It's upsetting to you. I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like, you're setting yourself up for failure. Like, you telling me that you love me when we don't even know each other. I mean, I guess you want me to like reciprocate that. Right. Testing. I feel like it's like a test, you know, they're testing the waters to see how you react.
Also, sometimes we feel like there's a timeline. Like, if you're like talking to a person, like, now if this is happening within like 2 months, weird.
What about like, let it breathe. Like 1 day? Like, that's the shit that really.
I'm unmatching you immediately.
No, literally.
Yes. And I was like, I'm going to give you the number to a great psychiatrist. Right. No, my second serious relationship, the only reason we got into the relationship is because we were like hooking up for a while, and she was like, hey, I don't want to feel like I'm just being used. Like, if you want to keep doing
it, yeah,
you need to be my boyfriend. And I was like, all right, I got a girlfriend. Yeah. I was, but I did like, don't get me wrong, I liked her. She was also, she ended up being the first girl I ever told I love you to. Right. So it was a thing, but I think like that's the reason I maybe said I love you like first, like, or at all, or I asked you to. I don't think I even asked you to be my girlfriend. I was like, you told me, like,
along for the ride.
I don't think I told her this, but I told everybody else. I was like, that was probably the first person I said I could marry or I could see myself with. Yeah. It was the first time I fell in love.
Hard. I mean, you want someone that you can see a future with, but you can't put the cart before the horse. It's like, you don't know if you're going to be able to see a future with someone until you get to know them. But sometimes you don't want to get to know someone if you don't see a future with them. Yeah. And so that can be kind of a tricky like area to navigate.
The biggest thing, like we have to be able to be bored together, because
parallel play. You know about that?
No.
What you know about parallel?
Sounds like double dutch.
No, it's like two people doing two things simultaneously next to each other. Yeah. So like that's like such an intimate thing, because you're not actually interacting with each other. You're just doing a solo thing, like playing my Switch and like Chris is watching One Piece. But yeah, it's like just coexisting, not even talking or anything, but trusting that that person is good and not feeling awkward about that. But that's a very intimate moment, and you like, you want to be able to be bored with someone, but it's like you have to also be really excited with them first to get to the point where you're okay with being bored.
But I mean, that's just longevity. Not every day is going to be an adventure. If you think it is, that's wild. That's exhausting.
That's anxiety.
Because it's like, now you have, how do I one up the next thing? And I was like, I don't want our relationship to be a competition. I just want it to be like genuine moment, like with a moment sprinkled in. Because if you look at like, I don't know about you, but like my grandparents on both sides of my family were married for over like half a decade, and not every day was something crazy.
Yeah, relate.
I just remember growing up and them sharing like very specific moments, like they were being picked from an apple orchard. Yeah. And I was like, that's so beautiful. And that's the type of relationship I emulate, like I dream to have is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I want to be bored with you, but also I would love moments to tell our kids, our grandkids,
Right.
like just get passed down forever.
Yeah, it's a goal. It's
Like-
great that you had that model.
I want to like tell my grandkids, moved her off her feet, maybe grab the booty, she grabbed mine,
Yeah,
and we just fell in
wow.
love.
See, that's a love
Yeah.
moment. Though.
She threw it in a rhombus.
Yes.
Yeah. Yo, grandma, gams, she was a freak.
Yes, exactly. That rhombus.
She was my freak.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, guys, let me know in the comments what you thought about all the scenarios. Could you tolerate it or couldn't be me? And I will see all you next week for another fresh, fun, flirty episode of the Not So Bad Bachelor Pad. Peace out.